Hi, hello, and welcome back, everybody, to Sakura Dungeon. Last time we got to the fourth floor, or fifth floor, I'm sorry. We got a fox tamer to join our. We captured a fox tamer. And then, upon heading back through the new warp uh, point we found on the fifth floor, we met an old friend of Yomi's, being Sylve. So, she has joined our party. We have added her along with our new fox friend, and we are heading out back to the fifth floor. Oh no, we don't have any warp stones. Alright, here we go. Fifth floor. Alright, we have done no exploring here. We got an event right off. Let's see. Well then, expedition is still doing fine, says Siri. I usually have a near-death experience by now, she says. Don't you think that you should be approaching your job in a manner where you don't have a near-death experience, asks Yomi? Believe me, says Siri. I do not go out of my way to have them. It just inevitably happens. Well, says Yomi, I'll make sure that you do not suffer any near-death experiences if I can help it. I appreciate it, says Siri. Alright. Straight, left, or right? Well, since I apparently already started walking this way, let's see what's behind door number 1. Nothing in the barrel. Gotta get that last wall piece, because OCD. And let's go on this way. Spear warrior. Oops. Poison dust. Biting attack. Paralyzed. Well, she's paralyzed. She can't move. Telekinesis. Okay. Pyro shot. Looks like she's not gonna go down for reasons. Work on the cat girl. Okay, she knows dust blast. Biting attack. Tickle slash. Oh no, that's not good. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a mending tonic for you. Alright, let's see what's behind this door. Ooh, more possible loot. 30 mana shards and nothing. Ooh, another door. Ooh, encounter. Bad. Bust. Ooh, that was big damage. No, I'm just gonna auto battle through these. Just because, I don't know. I feel like I'm just kind of wasting your time. Has been disrupted. While this character is disrupted, she will be incapable of using any magic attacks until it wears off. It's been cursed. In the chest. A reviving balm. Okay, that's good. Alright. Wow, this is a big floor. Alright, what's down? Yeah, I've been in there. Let's see what's down this way. Cat girl and a spear girl. Let's go with the triple flash. Speed. Ballsy. Dust blast. Down. Triple flash. Stripped. Combust. big damage, and go biting. Okay, let's see. Combust, defeat, poison dust, and triple slashes. She resisted. Dust blast to finish you off. No? Poison dust, maybe? Got her. Alright. Ooh, wow, so much place to explore. This door is locked as well. There appear to be 2 keyholes for it, says Siri, and both of them are shaped differently. So, says Yomi, it's safe to presume that it uses 2 different types of keys. The question is, where can we find those keys? Don't you remember anything about this floor, says Siri? Surely you can remember even a small clue? Says Yomi. Looking around, this floor does seem vaguely familiar. Sorry, says the cat girl, I didn't see any within the upper floors. Not that it really matters anyways. I wish you were slightly less fickle than you were, says Siri. Obviously, says the boar girl. The solution is just to smash a hole through the door. Why are we wasting our time with locks and keys? Because the door is probably harder than any force you can muster to destroy it, says Yomi. We should at least try, says the boar girl. I refuse to give up that easily. Boars. Is this what they mean by being pig-headed? Just follow me, says the fox tamer. I know all about this floor's layout. Rather handy for you, don't you think? Just tell your little friends not to bite me again, says Siri. Well, we were enemies then, says the fox tamer. How did you expect them to react? That is a fair point, says Yomi. This is fine, says the spear warrior. How so exactly, asked Siri. I have learned that the worst things you can do in life is nothing. So, I do not care what it is that I do, only that I do it. Heard on, she is a shark. Always must be moving forward if doing nothing else. If I remember correctly, says Yomi, we had an interesting crossroad between 3 different floors. So, if this is the intersecting floor and there's 2 keys, perhaps a guardian on the floor to our left or right are holding our key onto the keys. How is it that you remember so little about your own dungeon, asked Sylve. This place hadn't changed that radically as far as I can see. It has been hundreds of years since you last saw these halls as well, says Yomi. So remember that both our memories are highly fallible. Faultable? I don't know. At the moment. Right. Sorry, says Sylve. It seems like a long shot. The keys might be on this floor, says Siri. I doubt that we'd be lucky, but you are free to explore if you wish. Alright, of course, door's locked. This big floor. Oops. Alright. Not bad. 3 bunnies, so annoying. Getting on another one. Dust shot. Resist wind magic, of course. And defeated. Dust blast. Triple slash. And the final blow. we're finally getting some walls here. Alright, we have another door. Some more loot. More bunny girls. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that, but okay. Just get me through this, please. We're definitely gonna have to split up this entire floor into like several different sections. For sure. Like, good grief, this place is big. Fire shot. Take that and be defeated. Fall before me like all those before you. Fighting attack, stripped, dodged, triple slash, and defeated. Alright, into this room with a barrel. 50 mana shards, not bad. Alright, on down this hallway. Ooh, another fox tamer. Dust blast. Poison shot. Alright, she's down. What's behind this door? Another barrel. Nothing in it. Alright, it looks like we're actually getting a little bit of a map here now. This is good, this is good. Everything doesn't seem so big anymore. Blast. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm the king of the room. Alright, one more hit and this bunny will be gone. Alright, nice scroll. Alright, let's find this door. Another barrel. Lots of storage rooms are on this floor. Alright. On down this way. That way. Dust blast. Poison dust. Guarded. Alright. This way. Did we loop around? Look at that. Let's see what's behind this door for whoa, the libraries. As we enter the room, I am actually surprised at its interior. Library-esque theory? Quite large, a quite large one at that. Recreational rooms were quite common whenever I was in charge of this dungeon, said Yomi. So it would make sense that they would retain some of them. I remember when you used to take me down here and read me arcane books, said Sylv. You were the one who taught me the basics of magic, Fox. Oh yes, says Yomi. I remember that now. So, would that mean that there are some useful tomes in here? Asked Siri. Plenty of them, says Sylv. Why would you keep a library like this where there are no useful books? She asks incredulously. Either drop that insufferable attitude or don't speak to me at all, says Siri. I pull out a book from one of the shelves. Applications of Thermic processes in order to power Eldritch devices, says Yomi. What exactly is that supposed to mean? Asks Siri. Basically, says Yomi, using the laws of magic to power trans-dimensional devices. Forget that I asked, says Siri. Come on, says Sylve. I finished studying that book 200 years ago. You must remember that I have not even been alive for that long, says Sylve. Says Siri. Human, says Sylve. What do you even do with them? She asks. I do not appreciate your attitude, says Siri. It is then that a figure steps out from amongst the shelves. A sword witch? I believe it was quite clear when I said that no one was to disturb me, says the sword witch. And everyone on this floor already knows that knows not to do that. Since no one would dare leave their assigned floors, that leads me to two possible conclusions, said the sword witch. Either you have a death wish, or you're not one of the residents of this dungeon. You're a sharp one, aren't you? Says Yomi. Um, do you... I do pride myself on such things, says the sword witch. She is carrying a sword in one of her hands. We should be careful, says Siri. She is wielding that blade with skill. I can beat it with my claws. Can I beat it with my claws? Asked the cat girl. Why don't we find out? She asked. Bah! You're using a sword. That sword is a crutch, says the boar girl. All I need are my bare hands. Or my boar hands. The foxes begin to growl at the witch. Now, everyone, says the fox tamer. We aren't going to start a fight yet. The spear warrior remains on guard, keeping the witch at optimal striking distance. Do not let her get under your guard, says the spear warrior. Her magical ability is not lacking either, says Sylve. We're going to have to deal with both kinds of attacks. It is nice to meet someone who can appreciate the proper way to use a sword, says the sword witch. The fact that there is a human here definitely means you aren't supposed to be here. A dark elf too, she says. They usually keep to themselves in their metropolis. I would wonder what has drawn her out here. She casually pulls out a tome, and I cannot help but notice as the sword inside it begins to light up. She is getting ready to use magic, says Siri. We might have a hard fight on our hands here. Now then, says the sword witch, let's just get out of the way. You're obviously intruders, and I have to deal with you. However, I'm currently in a critical stage of my research, she says, and I would prefer not to have any distractions. So, I will forget that I saw you. You can go do whatever is what you want to do. Does that sound good? Asks the sword witch. Siri whispers in my ear. Do you think we could take her out? She asks. I can't help but frown when she asks that. She actually is quite strong, says Yomi. While we probably could beat her, she does not seem like an obstacle to our progress. On the other hand, says Yomi, I look behind her at the massive shelf of books. There could easily be something we could use in here. An imprint, scroll, perhaps? Or maybe she's hiding some treasure in here, says Yomi. A difficult choice, says Siri. I know I would be pretty angry if we had to spend so much time defeating her, only to find that she didn't have anything valuable in here. Even if there's nothing to be gained, says Sylve, I will destroy anyone who threatens Yomi. Anyone at all, says Sylve. Calm down, Sylve, says Yomi. It would be fine either way. Well, asks the sword witch, will you leave me to my study, or will I need to make you leave? She's starting to get impatient. I had best make a decision now. Oh, we're gonna fight, totally. Actually, says Yomi, I would instead like to learn more about this research of yours. Would you care to tell me more about it? Oh, you've pushed your luck now, says the sword witch. I guess I will have to teach you a painful lesson, she says. Siri has already drawn her sword. Stand back, fox. We'll handle this, don't worry, says Siri. Damn right we will, says Sylve. I will be the one who shows her what a painful lesson is. She is really overly protective of me. I have faith in you, as you have faith in me, says Yomi. Siri just flashes a grin back at me, as Sylve does. I really have been too generous with you, says the sword witch. Her sword begins to glow and its surface is engulfed in fire. Ooh, boy, she is kind of big. Fighting attack. Go. She parried it. That's not good. Single slash. She parried it. Poison dust. Blocked it with D shield. Got nothing to do but guard with her. Right. She still parried it. Bust. Alright, now that she doesn't have any AP, and it's back. Dodged it. Here we go, single slash. She parried it. Single slash. Silence. Dodged it. Shit, this is intense. Probably gonna almost parry anything I throw at her. Apparently not everything. Okay. Single slash. Alright. Let's see if we can actually... She dodged it. Come on. Of course. Guard. Single slash. She's back at... Oh my god. She's regaining health like mad. Of course she parried that, but it took her a lot. Oh my gosh. Pissing me off. How quickly she's regaining. Shit. Shit. Okay. Maybe we can get this, maybe. She dodged it. Okay, we'll start wearing her down. Try and capture her again. Dodged it, of course. Already back to 10 health. God. Whatever. She's defeated. She had good swordsmanship, said Siri. It was enjoyable to test myself against such a worthy opponent. I'm surprised that she didn't defeat us. I had faith in you, didn't I? Asked Jeremy. As for your sword witch, she's still managing to stand upright. However, her battle attire seems to be completely torn apart. So I've lost, huh? Says the sword witch. That was unexpected. Whoever you invaders are supposed to be anyways. Who are you invaders supposed to be anyways? Asked the Sword Witch. No one could casually walk in here and emerge victorious. Let's just say that I have an interest in this dungeon, says Yomi. Now then, there's still one thing on my mind. Would you care to tell me about this research of yours? I suppose so. I suppose if I have no choice to, says the Sword Witch. I was studying a device I found on the lower floor. Operating it requires a very specific spell, she says. I can grant it to you if you like. Very well. With a wave of her hand, she conjures a scroll and gives it to me. Acquired the operation skill spell? What is this device anyways? You will see for yourself when you see it. It seems you are far more ambitious than I would have thought. Yes, says the Sword Witch. I was hoping the device would grant me enough power to change this dungeon. Is everyone really that scared? Asked Yomi. More or less, says the Sword Witch. I'm not afraid anymore, she says. Things have been like this for so long that I have just accepted it as status quo. So naturally I've been working towards a goal that gradually. I did not know if I could defeat the Dungeon Lord myself, but I was going to try, she says. But it looks like things did not work out in the way I intended. She lets out a small laugh and looks at my subordinates. All of you here are pretty strong, says the Sword Witch. Maybe you will all be able to beat them. Damn right we will, says Sylve. This dungeon is rightly hers, and we will stop at nothing to get it back. I motion for her to calm down. But what is going to happen to you, asked Yomi. Since I failed to stop you, someone is surely going to notice, says the Sword Witch. Let's just say that failure is not tolerated around here. Yomi, can we just leave her at the mercy of the Dungeon Lord? Asked Suri. It would be unjust. That is a very different attitude from when you first entered here, says Yomi. But as Siri said, we will not leave you to your fate. What can you do for me then? Asked the Sword Witch. I place a warp stone in her hands. Head back to the surface. My subordinates will be able to get you far away from this dungeon, says Yomi. How generous of you. The warp stone begins to resonate. Good luck then. Really wish we could have had it her. Why didn't you make her your servant? Some monsters, strong ones in particular, can react strangely to the capture spell. Heard on it probably wasn't even an option. Sometimes you have to violate reactions, says Yomi. So, with the spell I put in a failsafe to ensure it won't capture targets that react strangely to it. I see. Anyways, you're always a genius with the spells, Yomi, says Sylve. You do not need to constantly flatter me, Sylve, as I am merely stating the obvious. I cannot help but wonder if my absence has made her grown even more attached to me. This could end up being a problem. Anyway, I found this imprint scroll at the back, says Siri. It should serve us well. You'll find a fire sash scroll. Alright, everybody. That's where I'm going to have to call it. Oh my gosh, 28 minutes. Yes, thank you for joining me on this episode. I hope you enjoyed as always. We almost lost there against that Sword Witch, but luckily we defeated her. I will see you next time, everybody, as we explore more of the 5th floor.